Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate everybody attending, whether on this Google Meet or on YouTube Live. I want to welcome everyone to our Lunch and Learn through the DJS Veterans Program for our third quarter topic that we want to go over today to explain veteran state benefits. So my name is David Webster, and I'm one of your DJS veteran liaisons. And we also have Ms. Tiffany Johnson on the call too as well, as one of your veteran liaisons as well with our department. And we also have a special guest, Mr. George Hawley from the Maryland Department of Labor, and wanted to give him a few moments to talk about himself and provide a little introduction, if that's okay.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
I'm George Hawley, Maryland Department of Labor Veteran Services. I'm a disabled veterans outreach program specialist and a leaver, so I work with veterans to provide them resources to find a better career. And I've been in communications with Tiffany. I'm going to assist your department in trying to fill some of your job openings you have with veterans who might have those particular talents that you could utilize. So we're just going to work together to help out more veterans.
Hey, partnership is great. Oh, yeah, see, we got some celebrations. Thank you so much, Mr. Hawley.
No problem.
So today, just like last quarter, here's some quick objectives. So we want to be able to provide state veteran benefit information and resources that are available. And we'll also have the questions and answers for anyone on the call. And also, if you have any questions, you could put those in the chat as well, and we'll get to those at the appropriate time. The second objective is we're going to provide some, a brief summary on some Maryland veteran resources and some DJS support resources to the veteran community, and encourage any feedback or engagement at any time throughout this Lunch and Learn. Okay. And then specifically, we're going to go over some disabled rating benefits, education benefits, employment benefits. We'll talk about the veteran cemetery benefits, some recreational things that might apply to you, and some DMV and additional benefit info. And then lastly, open the floor for any questions or answers that you have specifically. Okay. Might be hard to read, but 0% rating, whether you've been through the process or not, if you have, a 0% rating isn't the greatest, but it is good because you'll be able to work towards medical treatment for any service-connected condition. So it's always important to take a look at your rating, either online through e-benefits, through the veteran.gov website. And then also there could be some other life insurance benefits too for when you separate or retire or anything equivalent. Also, there's different federal civil service reference or preferences, and then also state and county preferences too, depending on where you're applying. You could be eligible for annual clothing allowances, such as like prosthetics, wheelchairs, skin conditions, regardless, what percent rating you have for that specific disability. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. Yeah, and if you have any questions, please chime in. And then we'll break down 10 to 20%. So dental would be 100%, but it could include eyeglasses or hearing aids based on your need. And then there's some co-pays. You could be eligible for the Veteran Readiness and Employment Program. Mr. Hawley, is that the program that you were talking about?
That's one of the programs. VR&E, yeah, that's one of the programs we work on. As far as we get VR&E cases from the Department of Veteran Affairs, we get assigned to them as DVOPs. We help out those particular veterans as far as if they have barriers for an employment.
Okay. And from my understanding, and quote me if I'm, or correct me if I'm wrong, would you still need like at least a month of post 9/11 GI Bill to apply?
It's all according to the determination of your disability. You can use post 9/11 for educational benefits, or you can utilize VRE for employment assistance if you're disabled.
Okay. Yeah, if anyone in the group has any questions about that and you would like some more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or Miss Tiffany too as well. It won't point you in the right direction. This is really good. There could be an exemption for your home loan funding fee, and then also combat-related special compensation. So there's 2 separate programs. The VA Home Improvement and Structural Alteration Grant, and then you could have an automobile grant depending on your circumstances. Okay, moving on up to 30%. So dependent allowances for spouse, children, and also dependent parents. So I'm also 100%. Well, I am 100% disabled, so that does apply to me. And then also if you have a disabled spouse. Okay, 50%. So no VA medical copays. You also get it to federal parks, and then concurrent retired disability pay for military retirees. So once you get 50%, in layman's terms, you would receive your VA disability rating pay on the first, and then also if you retired, your military retirement pay too as well. And then you could get through the DMV complimentary initial vehicle plates, which would probably save you a pretty decent amount of money. Okay, 60%, so increased compensation based on your unemployment due to your service-connected disability, rated at 60%. And then 70 to 90, so this was me initially at 90% and had to continue on with treatment to eventually get to 100%, but also the same things apply as the last rating that we talked about based on your unemployability with at least one service-connected disability rated at 40%. And if you are disabled and you received your rating paperwork, once you look through it, it breaks down through each body part what you're rated at. Okay, and then we'll hit a couple slides with 100% disabled veteran, but the big thing is property tax exemption. So that's usually coordinated when you're going through the home buying process or coordinated with your county liaison for permanent and total. So you just provide the documentation that they're requesting, and then they work the rest as far as your property tax exemption goes. They provide you a letter and everything to submit to your lender to receive that with your escrow. Okay, this might be hard to read for some. So I'm gonna switch screens here, but the benefit to having 100% disability is also your dental care is also covered through the VA. And then another benefit, like for instance, in my particular situation, I transferred my 9/11 GI Bill to my daughter for her to be able to use. She utilized that, and then she also applied for the sponsored education for benefits under Chapter 35. So they still pay her a basic allowance for housing still and cover her tuition in a different state. So that's a huge benefit right there. And it was a very easy process. I didn't even have to coordinate with a veteran benefit specialist at all. You could have life insurance waivers of your premiums. And then all the others that we talked about, like state parks, lifetime fishing license through DNR, and also a hunting license through DNR. All you do is what I did was just Google the information, reach out to DNR, and they assisted me through the process. You could have a complimentary lifetime vehicle registration, and then your commissary privileges and ID cards. So a determination if you're retired, for instance, you could either leave your retired label on your military ID card, or you could request to have 100% disabled. And then we highlighted the property tax exemption. And then also, you do have the potential to request admission for your dependents, like your sons or daughters, to military academies. So that would be huge. Unfortunately, you know, my daughter didn't want to go to a military academy, unfortunately, even though I tried. But hey,
David.
yes, that's
Sorry,
awesome.
I didn't raise my hand. I did get on here, kind of exclusively for the help. I mean, for the school benefit, right?
Okay.
So, I'm having a hard time seeing this page. Is this going to be sent to us? Okay, let me say this, David. My husband was in the Army, retired now, and he used all of his GI Bill. So it sounds like you said there's a second thing that they may be able to use, like his daughter may be able to use.
Yeah, so several things. Do you know if it was a Montgomery GI Bill or did he utilize all his post 9/11 GI Bill?
I think he used all of the post 9/11 GI Bill.
Oh, okay. So so that was very similar to my situation. I didn't apply for the new change, where if you were a Montgomery GI Bill and you paid into it, that potentially you could receive more funding. So that could be one avenue if that applies. But specifically with me, my daughter and my wife utilized the 9/11 GI Bill when I transferred. And then for her upcoming year that she's enrolled in right now, we just looked online, filled out the VA form, and I could provide that to you and point of contact. And we applied, and she was approved pretty quickly within 30 days.
Nice.
And then she was able to utilize that, and you know, she still gets a textbook stipend. She gets what we would call BAH, or a basic allowance for housing. So essentially, they're paying her to go to school, and they're paying her tuition too as well. So, and they provide the months. I believe she has up to 30 months after this fall semester. So they provide a pretty decent amount. But definitely, I will send out the slides to everyone that's attended and RSVP'd, and then anyone else that is requesting it. And then also I'll send you in an email, a follow-up email on this particular topic.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And there you go. That was a good segue. So the education benefits. So there's also different scholarships through the Maryland Higher Education Commission. This is a mouthful. Division of Veteran Affairs. And then you can also apply if you're 100% disabled with your dependents for Conroy Memorial Scholarship. And then there's also different scholarships for, veterans of the Afghanistan and Iraq conflicts. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff out there. I typically go through, and this is just branch specific, but through the Air Force Assistance Fund typically has a page with different scholarships and grants. Okay, so some information about veterans preference. So this might not apply, but it could be good information down the road or whenever you see fit. But specifically through the state, the appointed authority, whether you're skilled or professional, could be awarded 10 points for your selection test as an eligible veteran. Also as a spouse of an eligible veteran who has a service-connected disability, or if you're a surviving spouse of a deceased eligible veteran. And then also you could receive up to 2 points for any service-connected disability. So good opportunities would be if you're applying and they ask the questions as you're submitting your application on your veteran status. Okay, this was kind of big as I was transitioning from active duty to being retired. But once I arrived back to Maryland from California, I applied through the VA website for cemetery benefits. So we have 5 throughout the state: Cheltenham down in Southern Maryland, Crownsville in Anne Arundel County, Flintstone out in Western Maryland. Not sure where Hurlock is, but Owens Mills would be in Baltimore County. But you could be provided a plot or approved for a plot for eligible veterans and your dependents when you're a resident of Maryland and have received an honorable discharge. So that would be, you could see your discharge category through your DD 214, and it would be at no cost to the veteran and then minimal cost to the eligible dependents. And then you need to apply and they'll send you the eligibility or certification that you've been approved. And if you have questions about that, I can help assist. Okay, and then we highlighted this a little bit on the 100%, but it might have been too small. But an advantage or a benefit would be hunting and fishing licenses. So any prisoners of war and 100% disabled veterans, and it's free to active duty Maryland residents home on leave. And then you'll have access to the state parks. So all you need to do is just show them your ID. All right, the DMV stuff. So you could have a veteran insignia on your driver's license for the branch of service and also your vehicle plates. And then a great benefit is if you're 100% disabled, you could receive free registration on all your license plates. You know, unfortunately for me, I wasn't 100% when I moved back and did that whole process, which was challenging coming back. But, you know, if that doesn't apply to you, also through the 50 to almost 100%, you just need to provide that documentation when you're going to the DMV, and you could receive free license plates free of charge, but you still have to pay the annual or biannual registration fees and surcharges that they notify you with. Okay. And then also you can get license plates with or without the disability or wheelchair, or have the words "a disabled veteran" also. Hey, if you're proud of it. Okay, and then we have a breakdown of some additional information for your veteran credit eligibility. So this is pulled from the state PNP. So just like what we talked about, they could apply, your appointed authority or an appointed authority can apply a credit of 10 points for any testing, but you have to be able to provide information that you're an eligible veteran or the other categories that we talked about, being a spouse of an eligible veteran or a surviving spouse of a deceased eligible veteran. And then you could have a credit up to 2 additional points if you were a former prisoner of war, or if you provide your information about service-connected disabilities. And then a credit of 5 points could be applied, just like what we talked about with the ADA or your disability. But the specific recruiters will be able to assist you regardless of what state department that you're applying for. Okay, additionally too, this is from the Department of Budget Management website. They talk about being able to apply to be on a certified list of disabled veterans that have served in the military. And then they provide a separate list if you meet the requirements, and they help with determining reasonable accommodations for you to be able to perform the duties of that specific job that you're applying for. But you need to be able to provide that you're permanently and total disabled with a rating of at least 30%. And there's more information on the DBM website, and then you'll have access to this hyperlink down here with the Maryland State Online Employment Center. Man, these things are hard to read, huh? Okay, so state service credit, this is just more of a breakdown, but the bottom line up front is, you know, the caveat is not being able to receive credit for military service if you already receive credit through the military service through another retirement system for which retirement benefits have been or will be received. So for instance, I've retired. I receive military retired pay. So this would not apply to me because I'm already receiving that. So I would not be able to apply or request additional service credit time of service with the state employment that I'm with right now. Okay. And then military service credit also under this section may not exceed 5 years. So an example would be, maybe I separated, I did, 6 to 10 years, and then, I got hired at a state employment or state department. I could be eligible to apply for service credit for up to 5 years added on. All right. Hopefully we got some questions. And until we do, Mr. Holly, did you have anything to add?
No, that's fine. But as far as in the Department of Labor under Veteran Services, as far as the 10-point additional resources, it's called priority of service. And all American job centers have to provide that to veterans when they apply for services.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, they even assisted me to get help to apply for state employment with the department that I'm with right now, down in Southern Maryland. So they were really helpful. Thank you for that, Miss Johnson, Miss Tiffany Johnson. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I have nothing to add. You did great.
Oh, thank you. Okay, are there any other questions?
I guess how do I go about filing or whatever to get evaluation for disability or benefits?
Okay, let me write your name down. Okay, so there's different timelines, but if you're transitioning as a military member as of late, they have a process called the BDD, and I don't have the acronym that's coming to me right now. It'll come to me later. But that's a certain time frame right before you get ready to get out. So they usually provide veteran liaisons or veteran benefits specialists to help you with that process. And then up to a year after you've transitioned, the timelines are a little bit different, but I can definitely provide, I'll reach out to you and then see where you're located and put you in contact with the liaison for that county that you're in.
Okay.
Yeah, like for me, for instance, I got my initial rating and then applied for, another look when I was at the department. So
I don't know if I got out in 2002, so I don't know if I've passed all that.
I mean, they're dealing with, even a lot of veteran or Vietnam veterans right now too. So, yeah, I wrote your name down. I'll definitely reach out to you and see how I can assist.
Same here, please.
Hey, John.
Okay.
This is Charles.
Charles, yeah, you should probably contact one of your local veteran service organizations. They can help you process a claim for free. I know DAV has county service officers that can help you apply for your disability claim for free.
That's the one I've heard about, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All you have to do is sign a power of attorney from you to them that they're going to be the one to represent you.
And then they pursue it
Yep.
after that. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Okay. Just wanted to confirm that.
Yeah, like I used a county resource at the DMV in Anne Arundel County. They have an office in the DMV and, set up an appointment and, several appointments, and they broke everything down for me and helped me get set up with some evaluations out in Baltimore County. So, yeah, it was nice because, yeah, it was definitely difficult to try to navigate even after the fact with so much training as I was transitioning. It's a lot of info, but cool. And I'll make sure I get you that information too, Mr. Winfield.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Are there any other questions or anything anyone would like to add? Okay. Well, with that being said, I really appreciate everyone's time, and I'm glad that we made it within the 30-minute time frame, so you can get back to lunch. But I want to thank Mr. Nick for his assistance with the live stream, and Mr. George Hawley for attending and providing a lot of great information and resources. And then also to Miss Tiffany Johnson for always supporting and making sure that she moves mountains for us to be able to have these informational resources and the ability to help our veteran network within the department. So really appreciate everybody attending. And if you provided comments, I wrote your names down, and I'll be in contact.
Nice job, David. I appreciate your time.
Oh yeah, thanks everyone, and
Thank you.
yes, thank you. And this concludes our Lunch and Learn third quarter for veteran state benefits. Thank you, and have a great day.
Bye.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.